Hey, yo, what is good YouTube? It is Robin Banks, aka Mr. All Black Everything, and I'm finally bringing you guys a new top 10. It's been a minute. I think the last one I did was the top 10 gyms, and that was a long time ago. That was before Oros even came out. So I'm finally back with a top 10. I wanted to do something unusual. I was gonna do my favorite bug types. I was gonna do my favorite top 10 types, you know, things like that. But I wanted to start with something unusual first before I get into the other things. So here's what I came up with for a new top 10 that I've actually never seen somebody do. I'm pretty sure somebody has done it, but I haven't seen it. Top 10 type combinations that don't exist yet. There's a bunch of them. I wrote down all the ones that don't exist yet. I almost accidentally put Dragon Steel in this conversation, which is crazy because Dialga is one of my favorite legendary Pokemon. That would have been bad. But I definitely double checked to make sure none of these type combination exists. They don't. So I'm gonna rank them from 10 to 1. Things that I'm gonna look into are things it's weak to, things that its stabs are strong against, things that it resists, and any immunities that it may have. Without further ado, we're gonna go with the first type combination. So number 10, we have Electric Grass. Now this is very interesting. I don't know exactly what kind of Pokemon it would be. Like a green looking Pikachu thing, I don't know, whatever. But one Pokemon that could possibly already be Electric Grass that isn't yet is Zeb Striker. That's a Pokemon that, because it gets Sap Sipper, you know, zebras live obviously in the grass. They kind of could have made that grass electric, but they just chose to do electric. But anyways, let's get into the weaknesses and all that stuff. So things it would be weak to, it's weak to 4 things. Poison, which isn't that common, a little more common now because of fairies. Bug, which isn't that common, and then fire and ice. So not too bad, not too great. Its stabs will be strong against ground, rock, water, and flying. 4 types again, pretty mediocre. This is why it's at number 10. Things it would resist is water, grass, electric times 4, and steel. And it has no immunities. So for electric grass, it could be something pretty fast. It can hit either physically or specially. I'm thinking more physical with like a wild charge, leaf blade type of thing, you know. With that being said, let's get on to number 9. Electric Rock. Now a big theme for this was electric types. For some reason Game Freak doesn't seem to put a lot electric types with a lot of other types. I don't know why. Electric flying, electric water. There's a few things that do exist, but I noticed that electric had the most non-type combinations out of all the ones that I listed. A possible electric rock Pokemon that could exist right now is Probopass. It already does get things like Discharge. You can teach a Charge Beam, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I would have to double check that. But I guess things like Magnet Rise, I'm pretty sure. No? I should have probably checked that before I did this. But I think Probopass would be a good choice for electric rock. Its weaknesses, it's 4 times weak to ground, which isn't great, but there's a lot of other things that are 4 times weak to ground already, so it's not a big deal. But it's also weak to fighting, water, and grass. I almost put this thing at number 10 because those are all really common types, but I'll explain why I didn't put it at number 10. It's strong against flying, bug, fire, ice, and water. So it's strong against 5 other types, and it resists flying times 4. That's pretty sick. I guess my hatred for Talonflame came in on that one. It's resists flying times 4, resists electric, resists normal, poison, and fire. So it has really good resistances, no immunities. Electric Rock could be like a bulky type of set, maybe with Parabolic Charge to get some healing. Just throwing some ideas out there. Next at number 8, keeping on with the electric theme, like I said, they have a bunch of combinations that haven't been done yet. Electric Psychic at number 8. Possibles, I was looking at things like Reuniclus, Elgyem, Behem. Those type of things were like the only ones that I could kinda see being electric types right now. But most likely you would have to create a new Pokemon for Electric Psychic. Something really fast that hits from the special side. Its weaknesses are ground, bug, ghost, and dark. So besides ground, none of those are really too common. Things that are strong against flying, water, fighting, and poison. Things that it resists: flying, steel, electric, fighting, and psychic. Pretty good resistances. But I think this typing would be really good. An ability like Synchronize, Motor Drive, something like that would be really good with a type of Pokemon like this. It would be really fast because, you know, I already know Electric and Psychic. They're both really fast types and they both hit really hard from the special side. I can already picture this Pokemon being like a special sweeper. That's why I kind of like that idea. But going with number 7, we have something that I'm really surprised haven't been done yet. It's Dark Bug. Now I'm really surprised this hasn't been done yet because there's so many bugs that love to be in the dark. You know, they don't like the light. You turn the light on and they scatter. Mostly roaches. I mean, I know lots of people are probably fascinated with the idea of a roach Pokemon. But there's other bugs as well that only come out at night, like beetles. A couple other things. I'm not like a bug expert at all, but I'm really surprised this hasn't been done yet. Maybe because they keep doing poison bug, like a Gyarados could be one for Bug Dark. Cricketune, I'm really surprised isn't Bug Dark. Crickets only come out at night most of the time, you know. And like I said, a roach Pokemon, it's possible. I know it's gonna be ugly as shit, but it would make sense. As far as its weaknesses, it would be weak to Bug, Flying, Rock, and Fire. So only 4 weaknesses, not bad. It's strong against Ghost, Psychic, Grass, and Dark. Also 4. It resists Ground, Grass, Ghost, and Dark. Also 4. So it's very mediocre as far as this type coverage and everything. But I just think Dark Bug would be so sick. Like, I'm just thinking about designs in my head, and that's kind of what made me put it at number 7. Not to mention it has an immunity, which the other ones didn't. So immune to Psychic types. And it bops it back with Dark and Bug. Not bad at all. Speaking of bopping Psychic types, this should have been done by now. Especially with the Kalos region doing a lot of normal additions. Like normal Fire, normal Electric, normal Grounds. But with that being said, number 6. We have Normal and Ghost. When I thought of this in my head, I'm like, whoa, this is kind of sick. I usually go with immunities last, but for this one, I'm going to talk about immunities first. It would be immune to Ghost, which completely gets rid of its Ghost weakness. It's immune to Fighting, which gets rid of Normal's Fighting weakness. So it already cancels out 2 weaknesses, which is great. And then it's also immune to Normal type moves. That to me was a huge selling point for Normal Ghost, which is why it's this high on the list. Now the reason why it's not higher is because it's only strong against Ghost and Psychic types. It is only weak to Dark, which is good. Having a Pokemon only weak to one type is great. And then it only resists Poison and Bug, which aren't really common. Its immunities are great, but it doesn't resist much. You know what I mean? So it's going to be getting hit with normal damage a lot, and it's going to be hitting a lot for normal damage. Unless you give it, like, if it can learn shit like Sludge Bomb and Thunderbolt. If it gets like a Gengar type move set, then it'll be straight. Possible Mons could have been like Bayonet, Dusknoir, Cofagrigus. Wow, imagine a normal Ghost Cofagrigus. That thing would body. It's already bulky as shit. You would have to have a dark Pokemon just to body that. Anyways, here goes the top 5. Damn, this video is getting long. I might break this down into 2 parts. We'll see.